Forkner going Triumph, my dudes. So this rumor's been going around for a tea-sipping minute, but it actually kind of got revealed a little bit a couple of weeks ago when Rhino, aka Ryan Hughes, okay, don't wear the neck brace boy, okay, he basically spilt the beans on one of his social media posts. He was talking about Austin Forkner going to be going and training with Triumph. Okay, this was before there was any actual official announcement on it. And I've been hearing Forkner's supposedly supposed to be making an official announcement on it. So I think it's pretty well for sure that we're going to be seeing Forkner on Triumph in 2025. A lot of people have been questioning ever since his absolutely gnarly crash that he had in Supercross this year. A lot of us were thinking, is he even going to race again? And particularly, would Pro Circuit Cowie keep him after the injury after injury after injury? I pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen. He would have to be going to some other kind of team. And it just so happens that Triumph's kind of starting up a little bit. So some of these guys that might not would have had a chance on a bigger time factory bike, they're kind of getting that little bit extra chance. Kind of reminds me of when Gas came back around a little bit. So, yeah, as far as Forkner, I mean, you do have to look back. I know that he's Crash Boy, too much Lipton in the system, I mean, it's just been a disaster of a career. There's no other way of saying it. Reminds me a lot of Adam Cianciarulo, them boys were the biggest of amateurs coming through, and they're kind of the poster boys for just because you can do all this stuff in the amateur class does not mean, does not guarantee that you're going to go in the actual pro class and do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Spencer Boy hitting you with that. But even with saying all that about Forkner, year after year of crashes, injured every possible part of his body that he could. Okay, now he's damn near starting to get to the end of his career, just like Adam Cianciarulo was. Both almost in the exact same kind of boat. It's almost like Forkner's actually a little bit worse, though, because he's not even won a 250 championship of any kind, okay? But you do have to look at, literally, was it the first race this year that Forkner raced? He went out there and won the main event? I mean, actually won the shit, bro? Like, not second, not third, not fifth. Went out there and won the race, bro. Forkner being able to go out there and win a 250 main event, that right there, I feel like warrants some sort of a team picking him up for the next year. If you actually win a race, to me, that's just like you deserve a ride for the next year regardless. Regardless of anything else. Similar to Ty Masterpool, it's a big deal that Forkner was able to go out there and win. I feel like if he wouldn't have been able to do that, he probably wouldn't even have got this Triumph ride. So, the fact that he was able to still go and prove that, it does hold some sort of a value to it, like team-wise, even though that's not even necessarily what he's trying to do at this point. It's like, even though that really shouldn't really be the goal, it did probably kind of help him out in a way, just because the fact of, like, there's a lot of guys go out there and can never get a win. They can never find the speed to win. They go out there and have 6 or 9 seasons on a, full-blown factory-level team and just never find a way to get a single win. Or they can just never find the speed. They can just never figure that out. There is a whole ass tea sipping, guzzling slew of dudes that are in that category, that are in that sort of a boat where it's just like they can just never get to that level. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Forkner, now granted, he only went out there and won one race and then wadded his shit up and then was out for the rest of the season again, you know, time and time again. But it's almost like if Forkner could just figure out how to still ride like that, but like be able to just tone it down just a smidgen to the point where he wouldn't crash. You know, that. And of course, yeah, it goes back to all the excuse of, oh, well, whatever, excuse or not, whatever, like you wadded your shit up, bro, you know, regardless of if you had, you know, whatever he had going on with his eyes or whatever, right? That's kind of besides the point, okay, Forkner. You know, let's look at the history of your career, all right? The hell going on whether or not you had contacts in or not, or one fell out, or who gives a fuck, okay? Let's look at the history of your career. You are kind of known for this, bro, okay? Now, as far as him actually going to Triumph, I mean, you know, Jalek Swole was able to go out there and do okay on it. Whoa, Spencer boy. We're going to have to work on my Triumph suspension a little bit, boys. Shit a little fucking bouncy, boys. Oh, boy. You know, didn't Jalek get like a podium on it, I'm pretty sure? So, and it wasn't like Jalek was just some bad to the bone dude before that. So, you know, I could still see Forkner being able to go out there, maybe not quite as good, quite as, you know, speed-wise as he was on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki, of course, but this is probably a good change for Forkner, actually. Because that Pro Circuit Cowie team, it's just been nothing but injuries for everybody. It's been nothing but a lot of speed and a lot of injuries. That seems like that's all I've seen from that team since their, like, heyday years, you know, back there, like, 6 or 9 plus years ago. You know what I'm saying? They've been in a slump. Everybody talks about the Pro Circuit curse and shit like that, and for Forkner's case, probably is better that he's going to Triumph at this point. It's just a matter of like, damn, can he really go out there and do enough on it, you know, in the next 2 or 3 years or whatever to be able to prove that he's worthy of getting on a 450 factory team. You know, and that's the hard part about it. It's like, if these dudes have any little struggle in the 250 class, it almost seems like they get to a point where they don't even have enough time to then go in there and actually have a real, you know, successful 450 career because they done burnt theirself out in the 250 class. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. We'll see what he can do. Forkner's kind of grown on me over the years, I'm not going to lie. You know, you got to respect that even though he's gotten injured a lot, he's still going for it. He's still going out there. He got to win this year. There is some respect there, but at some point, you know, it's either like stop fucking crashing and destroying your body, or you need to hang the boots up. There's also an element of that too. Like, you got to figure out, you know, are you just not capable of riding consistent enough to do this shit? You know, there's a certain level there where you're just, all you're doing is negative to yourself by going out there and continuing to, you know, you don't want to have those burnt out pro motocross careers where you just keep going, keep getting hurt, and keep trying, then you keep getting hurt more, and you never get anything out of it. You know what I mean? So at some point, it is better to just cut your losses in this shit. And I feel like Forkner is right on that borderline. Like, if he can't go out there next year, you know, and have a pretty consistent season, he don't even have to get a win. Just make it to all the rounds, bro. Make it to all the rounds. If he can't do that, he probably just needs to hang the boots up, man. At this point, If he can't go out there and make, yeah, he can miss a round or two, but like, if he can't make basically all the rounds, I just think it's time to move on, man. I really do. It ain't even about winning at this point, bro. I mean, that shouldn't even be, it's like, yeah, you go out there and try to win, but like, going out there and winning and then crashing and getting injured doesn't really get you anywhere. You know what I mean? So, some point, he's just gonna have to figure that out, bro. But either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see y'all boys on that next one. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think Forkner's going to do on this bike. And I'll take a look-ski later, dudes.